Hi, my name is Dan Bear. I'm a PGA Assistant Golf Professional at Rolling Green Country Club in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Today I'm going to talk to you about the full swing and how we can break that down and simplify things a little bit for you. So I'm going to break it down into 3 easy steps, and hopefully everyone will be able to follow it and understand things a little bit more clearly. The first thing we're going to talk about is the alignment and how important that is to the actual golf swing itself. For this purpose, we're going to assume all your other pre-swing fundamentals are spot on at this point, so we're just going to cover the alignment. This is an alignment rod. You can get this at Home Depot for like $1, and it's lightweight, easy to carry around. Just stick it in your golf bag, that way you have it with you at all times. How you're going to use this is you're going to come in, you're going to pick out your target on the range, set it down so it's just slightly left of your target and parallel. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come in, set your feet, your hips, and your shoulders all on that line, so everything is lined up just slightly left and parallel of your target. Once you're lined up properly, now we can actually get into building the golf swing and making sure everything else is in line. Now that we're lined up properly, we're going to talk about the takeaway. A lot of people, I'm sure, have heard of the one-piece takeaway. Basically what that is, it's the hands, arms, and shoulders all working together to move the club back from the golf ball. And if you do this properly, it's going to start the club on the exact plane that you want it to. Now what I see a lot of amateurs struggle with is they'll start the club back with their hands, and the club's going to get inside way too quick, and they're not going to move their shoulders and their arms. They're just moving their hands. So remember, if you want to start off the golf swing properly, it's a one-piece takeaway with the arms, hands, and shoulders working together. So now that we have the one-piece takeaway down, the way we get the club to the top is basically just a hinging of the wrist. So almost like you're pounding a nail into the ground. So we take the club back on the one-piece takeaway, and then it's just the hinging of the wrist all the way to the top. This is the first part of developing your power and your distance in the golf swing. Now, when the club's at the top, we want the club pointed down the line and slightly left and parallel of your target, just like the alignment stick would have been. Now, when the club is at the top of your swing, there's a couple things that we don't want to see. We don't want the club to be pointed across the line, and when we say that, it's pointing to the right of your target. Now, the other thing is the position of the club face at the top of your swing. This is going to be extremely important to the shot shape and direction that you're going to hit the ball. If the toe of the club here is hanging straight down at the top of your swing, that means your club face is open. So when it comes back to impact, the ball's going to go right. If the club face is pointed straight up at the sky, the club face is closed, and when it comes down to impact, you're going to hit the ball to the left. What you want is basically the club face is going to be at a slight 45-degree angle at the top of the swing. That'll ensure that it's square, and you're going to hit a solid straight golf shot. Now what we're going to talk about is the transition in the downswing and how that works. So once you're at the top of your swing and you're all coiled up in here and you have a nice shoulder turn, the downswing all begins from the ground up. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to feel like you're turning this left hip out away from you, which is going to allow the hands and arms to kind of fall naturally together. What we don't want to see, and what I have seen in a lot of amateurs, is this motion, casting of the golf club. This is a total loss of all your power and everything that you've stored on your backswing. So when you're to the top of the swing, just feel like you're unwinding that left hip and you're holding this angle in your hands and your wrists as long as you possibly can. This is where all your club head speed and power is going to come from at impact. And then at impact, you want to feel like your weight is all shifting onto your left leg. We don't want to see you hanging back onto your right leg like this at impact. You want to be moving forward onto your left side, delivering all your mass into the golf ball. So now what we're going to talk about is the release of the golf club. And where that starts is with the left hand and the left arm controlling the position of the club face all the way through impact. So as we're coming down, we're rotating the left arm and left wrist to get that club face square at impact. So at impact, the back of your left hand is pointed directly at your target and you got a straight left arm. We don't want the right hand controlling the club face, because then we're going to flip it, and that's going to cause you to hit a snap hook. So as we said before in the beginning, golf swing can be very complicated and difficult to understand. The main thing that I can tell you when you're starting out is to take it one step at a time. Don't look at the big picture. Work on the takeaway. Once you get comfortable with the takeaway, move to the rest of the backswing and the top of the backswing. then move to the downswing, and so on. Don't try to do everything at once. You're just going to get frustrated and you'll probably end up giving up the game, which is what we don't want. The other thing I recommend is if you're just starting out, go see your local PGA golf professional and take a private lesson in a private setting where it's just you and your instructor.